customers. So what I thought I'd do next is bring out someone who spends a lot of time working with customers, talking to data engineers, someone who understands the challenges that they have, and just show you how ways in which our products today, our current portfolio, is solving some of the data engineering challenges out there. So please, welcome to the stage, Scott Baker.
Right. Thanks, Brad. I appreciate it. Hey, everybody, how's it going? Yeah, I love it. I love the energy in here. And I want to capitalize on what Brad had just said. These unsung heroes are the new data champions and the customers that you're engaged with on a daily basis. And in this brief time together, I want to demystify this topic because it does sound a little scary. Let's talk a little bit about the role of the data engineer. This is a critical role to be sure, and it's more than just analytics and science. These people are responsible for building agility into the organization's most strategic asset, their data. And when they do their job really, really well, they can align all of the operations of the business together. They can keep those data governance standards in check to mitigate risk. They can do so much. But every day, I will tell you that they are charged with making sure that they are recommending new ways to improve data reliability, efficiency, quality, and protection. These people have a myriad of tools that they can draw on that allow them to identify opportunities to acquire new types of data, build the models around it that other people will then use to process and use that data, and be able to integrate different data systems together. They're also responsible for making sure that any architecture that goes into place not only supports the data, but it also meets the downstream business requirements. These people are who you want to get to know. But anyone that deals with software or data probably has a number of challenges that they have to worry about. There are too many to list, so I picked the top 3 based on a number of different surveys. The very first one I thought was interesting because I like the idea of a data zombie. Data that mutates. It's in a constant state of change, or worse, the final version of the data arrives to the data engineer well after they've built the models and the processes around it to handle it. That's a massive amount of rework for them. Take a look at the explosive and very chaotic characteristics of file and unstructured data. Many of these data engineers lack the tools necessary to find it, let alone to process that natural language content. And lastly, and this is probably the most debilitating, when a data engineer works with an organization that lacks a unified data strategy, one that dictates what data quality looks like, defines ownership and stewardship responsibilities of the data, and also defines things such as retention and so on, it makes their job incredibly difficult. Now, let's be frank, and I did this on purpose. These same challenges that I've got listed are the same challenges that anyone in the organizations that you work with on a daily basis struggle with, but especially these data engineers. They are actively coming to Hitachi Vantara for an answer. And the answer is very simple, and I am proud to tell you, it's our portfolio. You're already selling the very platforms that these data engineers need to solve not only the challenges, but address their responsibilities. More importantly, as you look to your own future, you are actually creating the foundation necessary for you to step in and have an intelligent data operations conversation. Now, to help you do that, we're going to be introducing a number of sales plays for FY19. I'd love to use a captive audience, an open microphone, and this clicker to spend all day talking to you about them, but I can't. We'll do that in the afternoon. I do, though, want to focus on one. I want to talk to you about a couple of customer examples where we have gone in. We have created a data lake that's not only optimized, but the data contained within it has been curated so that more time is spent on analytics and less time is spent on preparation. Now, the first one that I'd like to talk to you about has to do with a financial institution that is an active opportunity for us. And they are plagued by a growing number of data governance challenges. being able to address these challenges efficiently is hindered by the number of different content management systems that they've deployed throughout their organization. Each one of those systems manages data in its own way, bound by the features and the capabilities of that vendor. And it has nothing to do with the data strategy of the customer making use of it. Sad. Not only does that create data debt for this customer, it creates financial debt. Each one of those systems requires a tremendous amount of OpEx and CapEx expenditure annually to maintain. What do they want from us? Simple. They want to consolidate, centralize that data onto a performant and scalable platform using the capabilities of our products and the artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms to actually process that data, apply data quality standards to it, and place that data into a state of legal hold where necessary to make it easier to discover and report against downstream. And I'm happy to tell you that this is possible when you combine Hitachi Content Intelligence, Pentaho, and HCP. In fact, I am so confident that if you join me in the Resource Center during lunch, I will walk you through a live, yes, live, demonstration of how we can do this. Now, the second example is one that I personally love, and it's a situation where we've got a medical university who is actually looking for an opportunity to improve overall patient care. Not only improve the care, but also to be able to include research firms in a way that does not compromise the private health information of their patients. This particular medical university focuses on stroke analysis. They have a myriad of different medical imaging processing systems that they have to use, and they wanted a solution that could deal with large numbers of equally large files. Like all good customers that are incredibly smart, they decided, why don't we just create a custom script that would process this information for us? That script takes them roughly 50 hours to process one image set. What we learned during this process is that when it comes to analyzing a stroke, the faster that you can diagnose that it's a stroke, the quicker that patient will be able to not only recover from it, but the closer to 100% recoverability they'll achieve. Now let that sink in for just a moment. Imagine the impact that your willingness to stretch and have a conversation about intelligent data operations can have on people that you'll never meet. This is a demonstration of how data operations connects the infrastructure or the storage to social innovation. This example keeps me in this company, right? What we did for them is we delivered a product, Hitachi Content Intelligence, that took the processing time of those images from 50 hours to less than 5 minutes. The same product was able to redact that sensitive information to share with the research firms because we placed it on our HCP. We used our HCP Anywhere Edge products to share that data and keep it compliant, creating for the customer essentially a private health cloud for them. Certainly it improved the ability to diagnose and address the patient care issues that I had mentioned, but it did other things. When they centralized that data and they had access to it, they could find new ways to use that data. They could look for ways to improve the staff's capabilities, find opportunities to pair people together in an effort to standardize their ability to address all patients. And I'm going to tell you, I could keep going, but I know we have a schedule to keep, and I'd like to turn it over to Brad. Wish you all the best of luck, and thank him for the opportunity. See ya.
All right, man. I love that guy. I wish we had more of him. Go sell more of these deals so we can keep him as stoked as he is about